In upcoming lessons, we will need to use tools in order to design and build projects. Different jobs require different tools, and in order to utilize tools safely, I need to introduce you to some of the tools that you can expect to use. The first one that we will discuss is screwdrivers. The screwdriver is made up of a handle, a shaft, and a tip. Screwdriver is typically used for doing exactly what its name calls for, driving screws. A screw is made up of a head and a rod with a wrap of threads that allow the screw to be driven up or down by these ramps. And the way that is done is by inserting the tip into the head of the screw. There are different tips, as you can see on the board. The first tip we will discuss is the flat tip or slotted. As if you're looking at the edge of the tip, you would see that it is a distinctively flat blade or that is inserted into a slot inside of a screw head. The next one is called the cross tip, or by a trademark name of Phillips, and that is depicted by a cross tip, and you can see here as depicted in this screw head, it fits in to this neat little plus pattern. And then the last one I'll talk about is the star tip. And the star tip has this distinctive star shape, and another name that this goes by is also a trademark name called Torx. And the reason it's called Torx is because, as you can see from each patterned tip, there's more surface area of contact as you move up. This star pattern provides more contact area with the screw head, allowing a lot more torque or the ability to apply more force on that screw head and giving you a stronger bind. The next tool I'm going to talk about is a wrench. A wrench is made up of one solid piece of material, typically hardened steel for strength. As with the screwdriver, there is no handle that's included in this design. The way that you grip this tool is anywhere along the middle section on the opposite end from where you want to apply your force. This wrench is called a combination wrench because it incorporates both a box end and an open end. And you can see how it gets its name from the design of each of these ends. Within the box end, there is a six-sided hexagon that is used to slip over the hardware. The hardware is a nut and bolt that works very similar to a screw. You have a head and rod that's threaded, and the difference is that on a bolt you can also apply a nut that you can tighten against material in between the head of the bolt. The difference between the wrench and the screwdriver, though, is that the wrench is used along the side of the head of the bolt, whereas with a screw and screwdriver, the screwdriver is inserted into the tip. Wrenches come in different sizes according to the hardware that you're trying to interact with. Those two sizes go by either standard American English for inches and metric terms for millimeters. Now, the thing that you have to consider with both screwdrivers and wrenches is that they're used to loosen and tighten hardware. For this depiction, I'm showing a nut, and you'll see that you make a counterclockwise or turn to the left to loosen. Clockwise motion will tighten. There's a special device that you can use to remember this as lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. The next tool we're going to discuss is a hammer. As you can see, I have two different types of hammers shown on this board. Each hammer has a handle, and each hammer has a head. The head's shape is going to determine what the tool's use is for. As you can see, the claw hammer has this distinctive claw shape, and that is used for driving nails and staples, and this claw end is for removing nails and staples. The ball peen hammer, on the other hand, has this distinctive ball shape on the end of its head, and that is used for shaping metal, or the term peening comes from rounding off or shaping, and that is used for rounding off the heads of rivets. The striking surface of the ball peen hammer can also be used with other metal tools such as punches and chisels.